Hey guys, it's Danny. Now for today's 101 ingredient, we are covering the absolutely delicious and often overlooked lentils. Lentils are a heart-healthy legume that are high in fiber, low in fat, and packed with nutrients like folate, potassium, and magnesium. They're also a great vegetarian source of protein. They weigh in at about 16 grams of protein per cup. Plus, they're inexpensive and relatively quick cooking, making them the perfect clean and delicious staple for your pantry. Now, there's three basic types of lentils: brown, green, and red. Brown lentils are by far the most common variety of lentil that you'll see. This is the one you're gonna see at the grocery store most often. These are the lentils that you find in a basic lentil soup. Now, when they're uncooked, they have this light khaki brown color to them. And once they're cooked up, they look like this, a little bit more brownish green. They soften up a bit once they're cooked, and they hold their shape pretty well as long as you don't overcook them. They have a nice, mild, earthy flavor, and they're perfect for soup. You could also toss them on top of a salad or even put them in a wrap. Next up, we have green lentils. Now, you're either gonna see these labeled French or Puy lentils. They are a bit smaller than the brown lentils, and they either come in a pale green color or something like what I've got here, which is green with a speckling of navy blue. Now, the Puy lentils are said to be the caviar of the lentil family, and they are more expensive. But once they cook up, they really maintain their flavor, and they're even a bit al dente, so they have a little crunch to them. Flavor-wise, they are peppery and earthy, and they really stand out. So this lentil would be absolutely perfect if you wanted to make something like a lentil salad. Last but not least, we have red lentils. Uncooked red lentils look like this. They have this beautiful, bright, vibrant orange color. Then once they're cooked up, they turn into this muted, yellowy type of orange. So I'm not quite sure why they're called red lentils, but we're gonna go with it. Now, the biggest difference between red lentils and brown and green lentils is that once these are cooked up, they do not retain their shape at all. They get very mushy like you see here. Kind of reminds me of a split pea. Flavor-wise, a little bit more mild, a little bit sweeter, and this lentil would be perfect if you were making something like a curry dish, an Indian dal, or a nice warming lentil stew. You'll find lentils available at the grocery store all year round, and if you can get them in the bulk department, you'll save yourself a few bucks. Now, once you get them home, all you need to do is store them in an airtight container and keep them in a cool, dry place. What I like to do is put them into these little mason jars, and then I just put them right into my cabinet. Now, once you're ready to work with your lentils, you want to grab yourself a fine mesh strainer and give your lentils a good rinse under some cold water. Then just get on in there and pull out any little pieces of debris that you might find in your lentils. When it's time to cook your lentils, you want to think a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 parts water to 1 part lentils. If you were working with the red lentils, 3 parts water to 1 part lentils. Get that all in the pot. And then I like to toss in 1 clove of garlic for a little flavor. Turn your heat up to high. We're gonna let the whole thing come up to a boil. Once you've got the boil, reduce it down to a simmer and let it go for 20 to 30 minutes or until your lentils are cooked through. Different days, different lentils, different stoves, you may need to tweak the amount of water that you're using. So if you find that all the water has evaporated out of the lentils before the lentils are done cooking, no big deal. Just add a splash of water until you've got them exactly where you want them. Once my lentils are cooked through, I like to give them a little pinch of salt. The word on the street is if you salt your lentils before they cook, they get tough. So I always salt them after. And then a few dashes of sherry vinegar. Give them a little pop. From here, I just store them right into an airtight container and they'll last in the fridge anywhere between 2 and 5 days, or you could store them in the freezer just the same way you would brown rice. Lentils love to be paired with flavors like lemon, vinegar, olive oil, garlic, thyme, parsley, onions, and cumin. So get in your kitchens and find out what type of clean and delicious lentil recipes you can come up with. And make sure you stop down below in the comments and let me hear all about it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Danny Spies, and I will see you next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Absolutely delicious and often overlooked lentils. Lentils are a what I like to do is put them into these little mason jars, and then I just put them right into my cabinet. because my new kitchen does not have a pantry. Bloop.